Guys, welcome to my channel. This is your boy Toby. How on a day? Alright, so happy new year to every one of you listening to this video. Now we are in 2025 and we are hoping to see a huge success on the journey of making Biafra a reality on the surface of the earth. Alright, so I'm going to take you into some video clip that so recently there were some secret that has been exposed. So this is one of the things that has actually been, there has been a barrier to the restoration of Biafra since inception. So I'm going to let you guys watch this video and see how the name and the history of Biafra came into play, and you would love what you see. Okay, let's see the video now.
Into states, and you are there, you think Biafra is your problem. You are from Ududua, you are from Middle, but you think Biafra is your problem. Sorry, very, very sorry. It will be too late before you realize where you are. For us Biafrans, we are gone. Biafra has been declared on the 29th of November, and there's no going back. The process of recognition is ongoing. It doesn't matter how long it takes. We are already gone, and we are much more prepared than any other region. I want you to listen to this.
One of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent.
Now you heard it. You know, when we come on social media to talk, some of you feel that we're making words up. The person that is speaking there is a senator in the House of Senate making that comment. Has anything changed since then? Nothing has changed. It's been years he said that. Instead, it is getting worse. Instead of thinking of the way to make things right, they are making it get worse. Today, what you are hearing in their debate is establishing Sharia law across the whole country. And they're going ahead to do it with that mind. They don't care what you think or how you feel. And some of you are still sitting there thinking that your brother is your problem. It is sad. But I bet you we have gone too far. Just like Mazen Nandekano said, we have crossed the Rubicon. Our student Mazen Nandekano was the person that did a very great job. The evangelism he made was massive. Through his evangelism, many people woke up. Many of us came online and we began to speak. Many of us were educated. The Biafrans began to demand for their rights openly. Ududua began to demand for their rights openly. The Middle Belt began to demand for their rights openly. The Hausas began to demand for their rights openly. To an extent, even the Middle Belt came out to apologize to Biafrans for the crime they committed against us during the Civil War. The Middle Belt, they came out and they apologized. Some of you have forgotten. In that same country, Middle Belt came out and they apologized to Biafran on the role they played during the genocide. How they supported the Fulani Janjaweed and the British to take the life of innocent Biafrans, Biafran children. They apologized because a curse was laid on them that whoever participated in those atrocities against the Biafrans, you are going to receive it back in 100-fold. In whichever way you participated in that genocide against the Biafran people. Your own region will face double, triple, 10 times what the Biafran people have faced. And you saw what was happening in the Middle Belt. You see the way the Fulani Janjaweed are ravaging the Middle Belt. You see how blood is flowing in the Middle Belt. It got to a time the Middle Belt had to come out and apologize to the Biafran people. And for those of you who didn't know that that apology was given, I'm going to play the video to take your mind back to that. For you to know that the process of exit from Nigeria did not start today. The process of this exit started all the way. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu build a very solid foundation. And it became clear that the only solution is disintegration. To your tent, O Israel. Everybody to Israel tent. If you are from Arewa, go to your Arewa. If you are from Oduduwa, go to Duala. If you are a Biafran, focus on Biafra. Every region will grow in their own space at their own speed and then have a healthy competition. So many other countries have done it and they succeeded. Pakistan did it with Bangladesh and India. They succeeded. Today they are doing very well. Malaysia and Singapore, excellently well. They are all living at peace and doing things excellently. You go to Europe, so many countries split along tribal lines, along their beliefs, and they are progressing. Why is it a crime for Nigeria to take the same step to allow people to strive and have development? Why is it a different issue in Africa? Every day, all you hear is the most populated African country, Nigeria. Is that a title? Is there anything to gain in that? The most populated African country, Nigeria. Is that a badge of honor? Of course not. The most populated African country that cannot feed itself. They cannot produce enough food for themselves, even though they have that population. They cannot provide security for themselves with that large population. There is no proper governance in that population. So why are you still holding on to the most populated African country? What do you stand to gain in that? Nothing. All you see is chaos, loss of life, attack from east, west, north, and south, terrorism. And yet people are folding their hands. That is why the Biafran people have taken the bull by the horn. And today they are walking away. Through the foundation led by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and I bet you, whichever region you come from, you must have learned from your mistake. Some of us have learned in a very hard way. The Middle Belt learned in a very hard way. And they are still learning. Today, they have apologized. And I'm going to play the video of the apology of the Middle Belt so that we can go along with that.
To appeal to the Igbo nation that the Middle Belt people are not your enemies anymore. It's our appeal. And in this regard, we also want the Indigo worldwide to also take the Middle Belters as their friends and permanent brothers and sisters forever.
It's a privilege to be amidst you today, and I count it a great one. My name is Barrister Seth Manset. I am a proud individual of the Middle Belt. It's a region that Nigeria must adopt, understand, and operate as safe. We are happy to be here. I'm here to give a vote of thanks, and I want to be very brief. And in our vote of thanks, we must appreciate your hospitality. We've been here since Friday, and Chief have not relent and ensuring that we are okay. that were good. Unfortunately, he did not give us the map of Imo State. But we also want to apologize for one thing. My leader didn't speak. We are sorry for discovering the agenda this late. We are sorry on behalf of our leader for understanding that we have been deceived over time. We are sorry that as youths and members of the family, we are just coming up today boldly, strongly, to tell you this is the end of it. We are sorry that the moles in the system of Middle Belt have at least done us a favor of living in Middle Belt. They are now in Zaria. We are sorry to say boldly that as youth we are willing this time, without dragging of feet, to do the right thing and associate. It's a lie to say it's not even a religious cause. When people are killed in their churches, when people are made in their various groups, and leaders. Okay, let's try to be minimal on the issue. We are just sorry that it happened right from 1960, the way it happened. But we are here to kindly apologize and blindly plead for your support this time. We are neighbors. The Niger are joining us. Whatever the map, you cannot remap it. We are brothers. And if we have over 300 ethnic nationalities, it therefore means that we have a reason for our confusion. But we refuse to be confused any longer. We refuse to be confused any longer. This time is for good. We are out for good. And we are treating at the level of a generation that is concerned about what will happen tomorrow, not the one that have a political interest. They can drag our leaders to whatever level. But today we are here before you to say one thing, that we are in for good. Liberation and freedom of Christians, liberation and freedom of our region, liberation and freedom from the North. We are the target of the North. I can say it categorically. Without any reservation. We are not going home with anything. We are here to unveil it. We have been the victims, but enough is enough. Unfortunately, we don't have a president. The only person we have is the one who is silent enough to say nothing. But we are glad that we are here today. And we are here for good. What we are fighting for is not for our immediate consumption, but for the future. We are sensitive to a generation that thinks and hopes that his children will live. And like my friend will say, we are happy to consummate, release, romance. Forgive our leaders. They've done what they have done, and thank God they have left the area for us. They've left the area for us to account for decisions they have made before. But we are out to be sure that this never happens again. Today, I think the delegation of youth is intentional. As they keep doing politics, we have clearly ethnic nationalities intact. We have clearly the records of everybody, and today is not a hidden agenda, and it will never stop. We are out. They must follow suit, whether they like it or not. And I'm happy to be here, and I thank God for Chief and my leader as well. So I assure you that we are not dragging feet on this issue. We are out for good to see the liberation and the freedom of not just Biafra, but the Middle Belt as well.
You have watched this, I hope you saw this video and you understand what was all about. What you saw is the youth of the Middle Belt apologizing to Igbo nation on the role they played during the Civil War and the genocide that was committed by their fathers. They accept responsibility and they apologized. And you hear the speaker say that they have been deceived and today they are the target of the North. The Fulani Janjaweed, their target is the Middle Belt. They have forced them into becoming North, whether they like it or not. And their elders, who are supposed to speak for them, just like we have in the Southeast, are doing nothing. The same problem we are facing in the Southeast today, where only the youths are taking charge of the restoration of Biafra on their own. Where the elites and the elders are still dining and whining with the enemy. The elders and the elites are still whining and dining with the British. Even when their children have spoken in large number, more than 50 million people came out and said, enough is enough, we are going home. Still, those who call themselves politicians, elites, ignore it and pretend they are not hearing it. They pretend it's not happening. But are we going to stop because of them? We will not stop. Nothing on the planet Earth will make us stop asking for our freedom. Instead of us to stop, we are going to increase it. This is not 1967 when we fought for 3 years and we ran away. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Epanjoka, have already said it. That if it will take us 20 or more to fight, we will be there until Biafra is fully restored. And Mazi Nandekano said, if he needs the head of every Biafran for us to have Biafra, whoever succeeds will not run Biafra, so be it. That is how serious we are. This is not 1967, and will never be. Today, all the games they are playing is that same divide and rule that the British have taught them. Nigeria doesn't have any sophisticated system of fighting against people or implementing. It's just that one system, that same one system. That is what they are doing. Today, you can see how they have penetrated into the restoration of Biafra. Under Mazi Simon Ekpa, with all the strength, with all the wisdom, knowledge that he has, with all the barriers he built, still they were able to penetrate. Today, you see people cropping up from all angles and they are fighting against something they claim to stand for. The Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, fought a very great battle. And while he was here, we saw people who worked with him. One of the closest allies to Mazi Simon Ekpa that was with him all the time, that knows much than any other person, is Dr. Ngozi Oraweze, the COS, who is today the Deputy Prime Minister. She works closely with him. Many information is on her table. But he saw what the enemy did. When they penetrated, they tried to take her away, they couldn't take her away. Then they passed through their international whatever to put pressure on Finland to remove our Prime Minister from the way. And remember, our Prime Minister used to tell us that he is not the one, that they want to remove him to get us. If you remember, Mazi Simon Ekpa always said that he is not the target, that the target is you and I. The target is you and I. But before they can get to you or get to me, they must first of all remove him. And that is what they did. When they removed our Prime Minister from the road, it seems as if the shelf that we used to cover us was broken. And they were able to establish that distraction, that divide and rule came in. But it is good also because we are trying to build a nation that is going to be sane and pure. A nation where people will be equal and treated equal. And there's no way we can have such a nation under the system of the Zoological Republic. Today, when they tried to come in to penetrate and cause that division, they created a cabal. Even in the presence of Master Simon Ekpa, cabal was created. He managed it and managed it until the time came. And the transfer of leadership was made to Dr. Ngozi Oravweze, pronounced and announced as the surrogate of our Prime Minister. She took up that challenge and began to step on the toes that men are scared of stepping on. I bet you some of the decisions that Dr. Ngozi Oravweze is taking today, it will take a courageous man to take such decisions. It will take a courageous man to take such decisions. But when you see her, the way she's taking action and decisions on issue without wasting time, once you mess up, you're gone, without looking at anybody's face. Wherever you are today, we must stand up and stand strong. Do not allow anybody to deceive you or distract you. Do not allow any enemy, any janjaweed from anywhere to tell you anything.